Katie. Do you have a minute? I need to ask you about that giant blueberry pie you put in our fridge. It's freaking gigantic, and it's taking up half the compartment. Did you think about how much it would be in the way before you put it in there?
Oh, no. I'm sorry if it's in your way. I didn't think it would be a problem. I mean, it wasn't blocking anything when I put it in there. Yesterday before my night shift, I wanted to cook something and I just went all out with it. The bigger the better, right? As soon as I get home, I promise I'll eat the whole thing. Actually, would you like to eat it together? I even bought this new brand of fruit juice to go with it. I'll give you some if you want.
Ew. No thanks. I'm not going to eat a pie that was made by someone who works at a supermarket. I have standards. Not to mention, I'm sure you've noticed already, but I'm on a diet. Trying to tempt me is pretty selfish, you know. So is leaving that pie there for me to stare at.
Oh, I see. No, I actually hadn't noticed that you were on a diet. I'm sorry.
I'm more interested in the whole thing about how you said you baked the pie, to be honest. Are you trying to tell me that you used my brand new oven that I purchased by myself to cook that thing?
Well, yeah. Of course I used it. What else do you want me to bake a pie with? I was super excited to try it out. Just like I imagined, a brand new oven really makes a huge difference in how the food cooks. I think it's part of the reason my pie turned out so well. Thanks to that oven, the pie crust is all crunchy and the apples are all gooey and soft. Oh, I love it. Coming home to an apple and blueberry pie after a long graveyard shift is the best thing to look forward to. I've been excited ever since I left the house.
I can't believe what you're telling me right now. You really have some nerve to act like you did nothing wrong. I'm the one who bought that oven, not you. Are you aware of that? I paid for it all by myself and you used it without so much as asking me for permission? Who do you think you are? Seriously.
What? I don't get what the problem is.
Don't just use stuff that isn't yours without people's permission. I don't think I should have to say that, but apparently I do. It's completely unbelievable. You're old enough that you should be able to know the bare minimum of politeness and manners, don't you think? Who raised you like this? I'm the one who bought that oven. It's mine. Do you get that? Obviously, you already know that. But to think that someone would just waltz in and start using it without my permission. What kind of world are we living in?
Wait a second. That oven is for everyone to use, isn't it? I mean, it's in the common area and it's a shared appliance for the house. If we're going to go into semantics, you're the one who kept using my oven and who ended up breaking it. That's the only reason I had you buy us a new one. But obviously, that doesn't mean it's only yours just because you paid for it. Essentially, you bought it as a replacement for the one you broke, which was mine. You were putting raw eggs in there and letting them explode. Honestly, the way you were using my oven kind of made me wonder if you knew how to use an oven at all in the first place.
That crappy oven was going to break down at some point regardless. It was so cheap and old. You can't compare that to the one I bought, nor can you consider the new one a replacement. It was a total coincidence that it broke when I was using it. It wasn't because I did anything to it. It was just on its last legs. I'm sure you knew that full well, and yet you still used it as an excuse to force me into buying a new one like that was my responsibility. And then you have the nerve to act like it's everyone's oven? How do you think any of this is fair?
Replacing something after you've broken it is the bare minimum of the manners you were blaming me for not having earlier. If you break someone else's stuff, it seems pretty obvious that you should pay to get them a new one. Not to mention my oven might have been a little bit old, but everyone was using it without any problems for the longest time. It's not a coincidence. You broke it. I mean, you put raw eggs in it! Without a tray!
Okay, pay attention for a second because it's the last time I'm saying it. I purchased this oven. It's mine and mine alone. It wasn't meant as a replacement for yours or for you to benefit from in any way. You do not have my permission to use my oven, ever. If you absolutely must use it, I'll take a fee of $3 for every time. It will be $3 per dish, not per day. So if you cook 2 dishes with it, it will cost you $6. That's me doing you a favor since yours broke and all.
You want to charge me a fee to use the oven you bought to replace my oven that you broke? Are you serious? You want me to pay you just to use the thing? Don't you think you're being a little ridiculous?
I mean, sure, it's a fee, but it's only $3. It's not like I'm overcharging you. You're always begging for handouts from everybody anyways. Not everything in life is free. You should be able to spare that much, don't you think? Or are you too broke to pay someone what they're owed?
You sound like you've gone off your rocker a little bit.
Are you telling me that you aren't aware of what you're doing? You're kidding, right? Still living at home as a full-grown adult? Mooching from everybody? Obviously, you're not paying any rent. Just living off your family without a care in the world. You get all this free food at work from the stock that's about to expire, so you don't have to worry about buying groceries either. Now you're forcing your own brother's wife to pay for your brand new appliances? You're not just an opportunist. You're like a female incel or something.
Did you just call me an incel?
Either way, you're gonna stop using my brand new oven. Did I make myself clear? I didn't buy it for you, so don't get that twisted.
She's pretty pissed off about the fact that you used her new oven without asking permission first. I wouldn't say we really had a fight. It's more like she totally lost it on me for no reason. She seems to have a real problem with the fact that I had her buy a new oven to replace the one that she broke in the first place. Which was my oven, by the way. She went on and on about how it's hers and only hers because she's the one who paid for it. She told me I wasn't even allowed to use it. The level of narcissism is insane. Oh, I get it now. So basically, this is all your fault. What did I do to deserve all this extra stress, huh? Are you kidding me? How is this all my fault? Jessica's the one who broke my oven in the first place. Why is everyone conveniently forgetting this crucial part of the situation? Not to mention, I let you guys use mine all the time until it broke. I wasn't sitting there going, "It's mine, you can't use it." And yet when she finally buys her own, she won't let me use hers the way that I let her use mine? You don't think that's messed up? You keep saying she broke it, but it's more like you can't use certain functions anymore, right? It's not actually broken. You can still warm things up with it. There wasn't even any point in forcing her to buy another one. You're the one who kept whining about how that wasn't good enough and you wanted to be able to use all the functions on it, nagging us over and over. That's why we gave in and bought a new one in the end. Why are you talking to me like that? You're really going to say it's my fault I wanted to be able to use my oven properly when your wife's the one who messed it up? I used that thing for years and years with no issues until Jessica started using it. She's gonna break the new one too if she uses it the way she used mine. You say you used it for years, but it was really showing its age. That thing was gonna break anyway. Why do you have to put the blame on someone? Just because one part of it broke sooner than the rest, you force us to buy a new one? That's not cool. Then we finally cave and buy one and you just use it to bake a pie like it's yours? You don't see the issue with that. To be honest, you were sick of your oven and you wanted a brand new one, but you can't afford it, so you manipulated us into buying one, didn't you? It really sucks having a sister like you. Are you done with your insults yet? I don't deserve any of this. I mean, it's not your fault you're this way, I guess. Living at home with your mom as a grown adult while working part-time at a supermarket like a loser. It's not like a bum like you could ever afford a brand new oven in the first place, so you gotta do what you gotta do to get by, right? That's why you come around begging for your little brother and his poor wife to buy it for you. Who else is gonna do it? That really wasn't what was going through my head when I asked Jessica to buy a new oven, you know. Can you stop assuming things when you have no idea what's going on? You're the one who has no idea what's going on. You're probably gonna be squatting with mom and dad forever at this rate. Then you use these ridiculous mind tricks to manipulate me into buying you the latest appliances. You might want to start realizing where you stand sooner rather than later. You're in no position to be demanding anything. Realize where I stand? What are you talking about? Just because you're older doesn't mean you're superior to me in any way, shape, or form. I'm the only son after all. I'm the one who's letting Mom live with me. I'm the one doing all of you a favor. All the women in this house. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that I'm the man in this family. Do you know what that means? At the end of the day, this is my house. I decide everything around here.
This is your house? Since when?
I'm the one who's gonna inherit this house and the land it sits on when the time comes. I'm the only man in the family, so it goes without saying. When the house becomes mine, you won't be a resident here anymore. You'll be a squatter. If you're thinking about your future at all, you might want to kiss my wife's butt a little more before it's too late.
Are you on something right now? What you're saying makes no sense at all. When do you think you became the owner of this house? There's literally no guarantee she'll leave you the house, the land, or anything else for that matter. Just because you're the only man doesn't mean it automatically goes to you. I don't know who you think you are to make baseless assumptions like that.
Who do I think I am? The last heir to this family. Meanwhile, you're just a pathetic, broke commoner. Instead of constantly relying on me all the time, why don't you hurry up and get married already?
You're being such a jerk. Not everyone wants to get married, you know?
You're right, I'm sorry. Who's gonna marry this old hag who works part-time at a supermarket anyways? You have absolutely nothing to offer. In that case, you really might want to start worshipping the ground Jessica walks on, if you know what's good for you.
I was just wondering, Sadie, how much money do you have saved up right now? You probably have enough saved up to rent an apartment somewhere by now, right?
Why are you asking me this all of a sudden?
I have savings, obviously. I mean, I've been saving up for a while. Just like I thought. You're nothing more than a penny-pinching hag. Relying on everyone for everything. Taking every little handout. While you have savings in the bank? Oh, well, if you have savings, then there's no problem, right? I put all of your stuff outside, so I want you to move out of the house before the end of the day.
What? What's going on?
You just said you had savings, right? So what's the problem? If you have money, it's meant to be spent to support yourself, not to sit in your bank account.
Wait a second. What is going on all of a sudden? This is way too out of the blue. Why would I get kicked out of my own house?
I'm doing it for your own sake, to be honest with you. If you continue living this way, you're going to depend on us for the rest of your life without ever being able to stand on your own 2 feet. Your penny-pinching ways are just going to get worse and worse, and you're going to be like one of those basement dwellers who only leave the house once a month and never shower.
Basement dweller?
Exactly! In order to prevent that from happening, I'm tossing you out on the street so you learn to figure it out on your own before it's too late. I'm evicting you so that you can grow up. You'll thank me later. A life where you do nothing but lean on us for everything isn't even worth living, don't you think?
Where is all of this coming from? I literally have no idea what you're going on about right now. I'm so confused. I have never relied on you for anything. I'm gainfully employed and earning my own money. I'm plenty independent, but thanks. To say you're going to kick me out before I become a basement dweller? You sound a little bit insane.
You're plenty independent? Don't make me laugh. How can you claim to be independent when you work at a supermarket? Are you seriously that out of touch with the world? That's rich coming from someone who can't afford a new oven, so she has to manipulate me into buying one for her. The only thing you've ever been able to think about is how to live your life without spending any of your own money.
Are you done ranting yet?
I'll let you know that Connor is fully on board with kicking you out of the house. Actually, it was his idea to kick you out, and he's the one who convinced me.
It was his idea?
He said he thinks you're in the way of him getting the house and the land as quickly as possible, so he wants to get you out of the picture. He said that your mom is probably feeling self-conscious about turning the deed over to him while you still live here. So if you're out of the house, he can get the deed to the house, put in his name, and assume his role as man of the house.
By the way, what does my mom have to say about this whole plan of yours? If you're going to start a fight of this magnitude, I would hope you've talked to her about it. What did she say when you guys told her that you plan to put me out on the street overnight with nowhere to go?
Your mom would obviously agree with us, so there's no reason to ask her. It's for her sake, too, at the end of the day. Why would she ever be against it?
It would be for her sake to have her only daughter kicked out of the house?
Yeah, I'm sure your mom wants nothing more than to live with just me and Connor. But she can't because you're in the way. Why would she ever want to see the face of a pathetic basement dweller ever again?
Are you okay? You're telling me you think my mom would be fine with this whole thing?
Yep, that's what I'm telling you. Come pick up your stuff and leave the house already. Nobody in this house likes you. Got it? A pathetic old hag of a supermarket worker mooching off of her family. And you thought you weren't going to get kicked out? You sure are out of touch with reality.
Fine, you win. I'll be out of there by the end of the day.
Don't ever come back. Got it? This house belongs to Connor, the heir to this family. I'm more of a daughter to your mom than you could ever be. You don't have anything to do with this family anymore. You're nobody. Nothing. You don't exist.
Who'd want to come home to a house stolen by a couple of psychopaths anyway? Don't worry, I'm going to turn this house into a pit nobody can ever come home to again.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I've had it this time. You took it too far and I'm not holding back anymore. You've crossed the line. The two of you walking around like you're God's gift, thinking you own this place, thinking you can kick me out like a piece of trash. I really don't know who the two of you think you are. If you guys are going to threaten me, I can threaten you right back. The only difference is that I actually have power and you don't. If you guys are willing to kick me out, then I'm just gonna sell this place and make sure none of us can ever live here again. That way, nobody wins.
Huh? Have you finally lost your last marble? Where do you get off talking like this? I get that you're angry about getting kicked out and everything, but you know as much as I do that you have no right whatsoever to sell our house.
Actually, I hate to tell you this, but I do have the right to sell the house. Because I'm the sole owner.
What?
Yeah. So I have every right to demolish the house and sell off the land if I feel like it. All I have to do is make a few calls, sign the documents, and bam! The house is gone forever. I'm pretty sure I could find someone to do it before the end of the day. To be honest, it's not going to be that hard.
You have to be kidding me.
Right now I need to focus on finding a new place to live, I guess, right? That comes first. For tonight, I'll just stay at a hotel close to work. I wouldn't want to impose on the two of you or anything. Tomorrow, I'll go look for a demolishing company and see how quickly they can get everything set up to end this once and for all.
No, wait a minute. We're not done talking. What do you mean you are the owner? How does that make sense? He's the man. Why would you be the owner?
Because Mom gave the house to me. After Connor got married to you, my mom signed the house over to me right away.
But why?
We didn't think you guys would squat at her house endlessly even after you guys got married. I mean, normally you would think a married couple would get their own place. My mom was thinking about the future, and since I was supposed to be the only person living at home, she transferred the ownership over to me. She just did it as a precaution in case anything happened to her and I agreed to take over everything. She said she wanted to make those choices while she still had her full mind and knew what she was doing.
Huh? I've never heard about any of this.
Because it really didn't concern you guys at all. And it really wasn't that important. I didn't mind you guys living with us that much and everything was fine. I mean, both Mom and I figured that once you guys had kids, you would finally leave and get your own place. That's what married couples do when they start a family.
This is crazy.
I mean, my mom never thought the two of you would try to take the house away from us. Talk about desperate. We definitely didn't think you guys would have the arrogance to try to kick me out.
You're lying, right? You have to be. There's no way it's your house. That's messed up. It's supposed to be ours.
Well, my mom already decided things, so I don't know what to tell you. And in exchange for the house and the land, I will look after her expenses. I think it's only fair anyway. So in reality, living at home hasn't been anywhere near free for me at all. I've been paying for everything since the beginning. You and Connor kept going on and on about how an old hag like me can't even manage to pay her own rent, right? But realistically, I've been paying all of the taxes on this house, and I've been supporting both Mom and Dad this whole time. Not to mention, of course, I've been giving Mom some spending money every month as well. It's really cute you thought I just wasn't contributing anything to my own family.
You've been paying all of that?
All right, well, I'll come pick up my stuff then, I guess. I'll just put it in storage for now. I'll explain to Mom what's happening, so you're gonna have to explain everything to Connor too, okay? Oh, and I guess the two of you are also going to have to start preparing to move out.
You can let it go now. I know you're lying. I know this whole thing is a lie to try to freak me out. I see right through you. But this is our house, and we're going to do with it as we please once you're gone. We're going to remodel it and live in a beautiful home almost for free.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. Maybe you can explain that to the construction crew I sent over to demolish everything.
But Connor promised me he'd be able to get the house because he's the oldest son. He promised me. I mean, that's one of the reasons I got married to him. I wanted to own a house.
Who still thinks like that in 2025? Just because he's the son doesn't mean he gets the property. This isn't the Middle Ages. All right, all of us have quite a chaotic time ahead of us. Let's focus on packing up to move. Is it really all yours? You're not lying about this? I heard that everything is in your name. The house, the land, all of it. Nobody talked to me about this. Why didn't anyone ask me about this at all? I see Jessica already told you, huh? That was fast. Did she also tell you that I'm going to turn it all into a huge pile of dust? I heard that part too. She told me everything. She told me how when she rightfully tried to kick you out, you decided to go insane on her and try to retaliate. She told you I retaliated? I mean, she isn't wrong about the demolishment part, so the two of you better hurry up and pack your stuff so you can get out before the wrecking balls start lining up. I've already talked to Mom about the whole situation, and she said that it's my house and to do whatever I want with it, so there's really nothing holding me back. Mom's okay with the house getting demolished? You're joking, right? I told her I would probably rent a nice apartment on the other side of town, so why would she want to stay in this old house when we could move into a nice complex that has a gym and a pool? She said she wanted to come live with me once the house is gone, so I'm going to get us a really nice little place. Surprisingly enough, she doesn't seem to have much emotional attachment to the house, so there's nothing lost here. I really can't believe any of this. Mom is choosing to go live with you. I really thought she would choose to come with us without any hesitation. Living with a married couple is tiring. Everyone feels like they're in your way. I figured she wouldn't want to go with you. She'd much rather live with me. Okay, in that case, you and Mom can just move out of the house and leave it to us. We'll gladly live in it. You have no reason to demolish it. Just give it to us. What is it to you? I mean, that's the right thing to do. Give it to the man of the house. Yeah, I don't think so. Do you really think I'm going to give the house to a couple of jerks who were ready to put me out on the streets 30 minutes ago? Why would I do that? You weren't even willing to let me live with you, and now you want me to give you a house? That's not how it works. I'd have to be a real idiot to even think about being that forgiving. Not a chance. Okay, so then what's going to happen to us? Did you even think about that? I was planning on getting the house. That was my plan the whole time. We were going to remodel it ourselves, learn to DIY. It was our whole future planned out already. If you demolish it, where exactly are we supposed to live? Are you going to take responsibility for that? You guys didn't seem too concerned with where I was going to live, taking all of my stuff outside and telling me to clear out of the house without so much as a notice. Why would I care what happens to you guys now? I've been getting called a squatter forever, but you two were the real squatters. Getting married, just assuming you could get the house and never have to pay any rent of your own. You're both total idiots. You're both salaried. There's no reason you can't just buy a house of your own. Why do you feel the need to mooch off of Mom for the rest of your life? We used all of our money on our wedding, so we don't have any savings left. Not to mention, I knew I was going to get the house, so we've been spending money on things we like rather than saving it. I mean, it was a given it would go to me. To be honest, I'm more worried about you. Are you sure you're going to be able to survive if you demolish the house? How are you going to afford rent? I know you're talking about renting an apartment on the other side of town, but that's going to be crazy expensive. How do you think you'd ever be able to pay that with your supermarket wages?
Oh, don't worry. I have the money. You can stop looking down on me. As the owner of a supermarket franchise, I earn $200,000 a year.
Franchise owner? 200 grand per year? What do you mean owner? You own the entire supermarket?
I never felt the need to correct you, so I never did, but you've had it wrong this whole time. I'm not a cashier at a supermarket. I own one. Well, I own a whole chain, if we're going to be particular about the details. I have 6 stores in the general area. We're doing pretty well, if I do say so myself.
You own 6 stores?
I've been a cashier at that supermarket since I was in high school, so I guess I have the experience. I suppose it makes sense you thought I never moved up from that. But after high school, I was immediately promoted to full-time and I started doing clerical work. I guess it was around 10 years ago now. I know everybody always says it, but time really does fly. Eventually, the old owner wanted to retire and turned the store over to me. At the time, he was running 2 stores, so I took over all of them, but I expanded on that since then, so now we have 6 in total. I actually work really hard at my job. I know the 2 of you constantly made fun of me, but you have no idea how much time and effort I put into getting where I am today.
You're earning 200 grand a year for real?
Yep. That's why I really have no problems paying for Mom or myself, or anything else for that matter. Obviously, Mom's gonna choose to go with me. I can afford to live somewhere nice while you guys are devastated you can't DIY a free house you're not getting. She doesn't have to walk on eggshells around me. She can buy whatever she likes.
I don't believe you at all. 200 grand a year? I know you're joking. You would never be capable of making that kind of money. Jessica and I combined don't even make half of that, so I know it has to be a lie.
Don't worry, little bro. Not everything is about money, right? You have a wonderful ally in your wife. Isn't that enough? So long as the person you love is by your side, you could be happy living anywhere, right? Okay, well, I can't waste all day chatting like this. I gotta start packing up and getting Mom's stuff moved out. I'm planning on getting everything settled as soon as possible so this house can get demolished before the end of the month. After that, I immediately found a place for Mom and I to live in, and we moved almost right away. I wanted to make Mom happy, so I chose a beautiful high-rise facing the harbor. Mom said she was going to put her energy into cooking excellent meals every day, fit to eat in such a nice apartment. Since then, I watch her happily cook us dinner every single night. As for Connor and Jessica, since I found a demolition company right away and had the entire house bulldozed, it seems that they had to move under very stressful conditions. Unfortunately for them, they now live in a really dark and depressing, dingy little apartment near the edge of town. Apparently, the 2 of them really had saved up absolutely nothing. As a result, they're going to be stuck living in a studio covered in black mold for a while.